sipping codeine for breakfast.
Put it on my head. 1, 2. You know what it is, man. You know what it is, man. My shit talk more, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do, man. That's what I love to do, baby. I do this all day long, baby. The head nod and all that, all of it. Okay? Shooting, walking, talking, good at it. Okay? Good at it.
RawGlass Photography. The man who does photography with RawGlass. How we doing today, brother?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Happy to be here.
Very good to see you, man.
Likewise.
The man's had to get you in here because, he fuck with you so heavily. But welcome to the platform.
And I appreciate being on the platform.
All right, man. Let's get into it. All right. What does a day in the life of RawGlass Photography consist of?
Man, honestly, most of the time when I get up in the morning without an alarm clock, because I haven't set an alarm clock in over a year. I'm happy to say that, unless I have to really get up for something. But most of the time I get up, man, hit the computer, pulling something up. I'm usually having a project that I'm having to work on, and pull the TV over, man, throw the news on, throw Family Guy on, something like that, something to distract me. I have to have some noise going on or something like that while I'm doing my editing. And really, man, that's really all it consists of until I have a job or something like that I gotta hit, man. I'll go up, hit the job, go do what I gotta do.
Go ahead, it's cool.
The whole night.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
Like this whole time, we've been literally here about an hour already. Nobody came through here, man.
When Chuchi left,
yeah,
nobody walked through here until we started just now. But go ahead, you can finish.
Wow. I guess on a day that I have some stuff going on, man, like when it's time to get stuff going on, I usually the night before or that day, a lot of times I don't try to plan anything too early because I don't like to have to rush in the morning. But I'll get all my stuff together. I have my stuff laid out on the bed. You know what I mean? I have everything that I need. I'll think about what the job is, lay my stuff out on the bed, make sure I got everything, load the car up, go back in the house. I'm usually putting some music on before I go because I got to put someone to hype me up. And then I'm out the door, man, going to the job. When I get back, man, a lot of time for me, man, that's the best part is getting back. I'll throw it onto the computer.
Right.
So a lot of time I'll check it out, look at it a little bit. If it's pictures, sometimes I'll edit it right then and there. Most of the time, I'm getting people's stuff back right away, so I'm editing all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Video, I'll look at it a little bit depending on who it's for. But I'm always coming back to look at the footage to see what it looked like on the computer. And then I'm in the bed, man, usually watching a show or something, man. I'm always watching some kind of a show, some kind of a TV show. I don't care what it is nowadays, man, because I'm always trying to learn something. Mm-hmm. Always trying to figure out how they shot something, shit like that.
Right.
Yeah. So that's my day, man. Sleep, do it over again, man. And there's other things in there. When I had the kids, I had my kids, 2 weeks out of the month, and then they go back with their mom, and 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, that type of thing. So it varies when I had the kids. I like working for myself because I can go do things with the kids when they have guitar performances or when they're doing their thing or whatever. I can go do that. So
word up.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Who is RawGlass the photographer, and what does the name mean to you? I noticed you got the hoodie on.
Yeah. I got my brand all out, man. You got to stay branded.
Should let us hold a couple of those.
Yeah. Well, as soon as I get that jacket, we can trade.
Oh yeah, for sure. We might do something right after off camera.
Who am I? Who am I? The person as a photographer? Man, I think I'm just a creative when it comes down to it. I think I'm just a raw creative. The name itself, I made up because raw is a word that coming up when something was tight, when something was dope, we called it raw. You know what I'm saying? Glass is a word anybody in the industry knows that you use for lenses and that type of thing. So and then raw is also a format you can shoot in. So to me, it was like play on words. I do poetry and that kind of stuff too. So it was kind of play on words. So I said, okay, RawGlass, that sounds kind of dope to me. So I rolled with it, man. And I haven't changed it since. I started the company in 2017, and I haven't changed the name since. I obviously haven't changed the name since, but never even thought about changing the name. I just thought it was a raw name, and now it's starting to catch on. Now it's starting to, like you said, cats are starting to call me RawGlass. So
yeah,
it's wild. Like, yeah.
That's all I knew you as.
Yeah, exactly.
When I met you.
Exactly. So it's crazy because in high school, I moved around a lot. In high school, I was known as Alaska because I moved down to Portland, Oregon from Alaska, so everybody called me Alaska. It's weird how that kind of thing works. You're new in the city, and they call you what they know you by. So,
right.
Yeah. So for you, it's RawGlass because that's how you met me.
I might change it to Alaska. That's hard.
Yeah,
that's
Alaska,
hard.
Alaska that's where I grew up, so I was always called Alaska. Everybody in high school, my senior year in high school, called me Alaska.
All right. Well, tell us what city you're from, what side, and tell us about your childhood.
So originally I was born here in Cleveland, man. So my dad was military. I was born in Mount Sinai, which ain't there no more. Rest in peace, Mount Sinai.
Yeah.
It's a big old parking lot now. Moved San Antonio back to Cleveland, Merced, California. Ended up growing up most of my adolescence in Anchorage, Alaska. So I was there from like 9 years old to about 16, to my senior year in high school, and left up there because my dad retired up there, basically Air Force. Left there, went to Portland, Oregon. Went my senior year out into a school over across the border in Washington State, and then went to college up in Seattle, man. And that was pretty much that. Like you said, my growing up story. Like I kind of didn't tell you how I grew up, but that was the story, the short version.
Yeah. Well, how was your relationship with your parents then?
Man, great, man. I'm an only child, so all I knew was my parents. I remember my dad telling me a long time ago, the reason I didn't grow up in Cleveland because my dad didn't want me to choose between the streets and sports. You know what I mean? So it was, all my family's from Glenville, that area of town, that side of town, 105 and Empire area, you know what I mean? So, all of them went to Glenville. My dad, when he had me, he was like, I don't want you raised out here. I don't want you raised in this environment. So, we moved. I forgot the question. So, again. What was I going with this?
It was how was your relationship with your parents?
My parents. So they were all I knew, man. So we moved away from all of my family out here. So both my parents came from 9. All my dad's side of the family is right here in Cleveland. We moved away from all that. So it was just me, my mom, and my dad. So we were really, really close. I was really close with my parents. Really close. Like, we moved around. It was just us. Like I said, it was just us wherever we went. So we met people. It was the McAdams versus the world. That's what it was. So it was a great relationship. And I never really had that period of life where I didn't get along with my parents. I was never really one of the type of kids. I was pretty, stuff I did do, I didn't get caught for it.
Right.
So,
that helps.
Yeah, it does. We all did dumb stuff. Just some of us get caught. But with them, man, I love my parents, man. Like, they were my world. They believed in me. All of our parents are flawed. You find out things when you get older, but I love my parents to death.
Right up. Think back when you were first starting out. Remember a time when you were at your lowest, and how did you get through it?
Man, my lowest is really why I started back doing this. Yeah. For real. So I was, my dad died when I was 3 days after my 22nd birthday, 2002. And so I've always been an artist. I was always the cat that was in college carrying around a camera and all that good stuff. It really kind of spawned, man, when my mom died in 2015. And so at that point, man, so I was on a TV show in 2013, and then, I had got back into the camera and I started shooting a little bit. People was telling me, I kind of knew I was good at it because I used to do it a little bit. But then people started telling me, hey, man, you really got something here. So I'm like, yeah. So mom dies. When my mom died, I went crazy, and I lost it. I lost it. So got into the streets, and a lot of dumb stuff. And my only outlet was the camera. Like, my fallback ended up being the camera. And so I did a lot of things. I would go out by myself, and I started calling it shutter therapy. I would just go out with my camera, take pictures, and it just became what I leaned on. At that point, I started realizing I was pretty good at it. Started booking people, all that kind of good stuff. And then in 2017, I decided, okay, well, shit, let me just see what I can do with this. I stopped chasing money, man. Like, my lowest point was when my mom died. So I didn't care about money no more. You know what I mean? It wasn't about money, man. Like, this, I tell people all the time, this is what I love to do. I genuinely love doing this stuff, man. I was making decent money. I was taking care of a family, all that good stuff, man. Before I was a technician, making decent money, whatever. I don't make near what I made, but I'm happier than I've ever been, man. And I will never change what I do. Like, I'll never change this shit because I genuinely love this shit. Like, a lot of motherfuckers out here getting money, and I get that. I'm not mad at that. The money is starting to come from me, which is great, but the passion is what I live on. This is what I'll die doing this shit. If I die sitting down here doing interviews, if the camera's involved, I'm straight. Right on. You know what I mean? I tell people that all the time. That's why, I got pretty good at it pretty quick too, but that's why, because it's the passion, man. I love art. I always have.
Right on, man. Condolences to you for the parents.
You.
I had no idea that they went with this. Because
I
was probably gonna ask, like, are they still together?
Yeah. Nah, they're both gone, man. I'm only child. We're both gone. So that's a huge part of my life, man. it really did something to me. Like I say, I was really close with them, and throughout all the flaws, like my parents weren't perfect. I ain't scared to talk about none of that shit because a lot of us are. I watched my dad beat my mom growing up. He used to beat her up growing up. I watched it. I have vivid memories of being 4 years old, looking down the stairs, seeing my dad choke my mom's out. I have vivid memories of my dad busting in my room, my mom's on the ground, he choking her out with one hand, hugging me with the other hand. You know, shit that's gonna get me emotional now talking about it. But beyond all that, they were great parents, and I am who I am because of them. So like, people out here thinking that it's a movie and everything's gonna be all, you know, all peaches and cream. That's not life, man. Nobody's perfect in this motherfucker, but they did the best they could, and I feel like they raised me right because you know, I'm taking care of myself. I'm self-sufficient, so they did their job, regardless of their flaws. So yeah, you know, no, they're no longer with us, man. I think about them every day. Like today is a tough shit. Today is a tough day for me. Today's Mother's Day,
Yeah.
so shit's tough, man. It's not. Motherfuckers think the shit goes away. The shit don't go away, man. My mom's my world. My dad's my world. It took me 9 years to go to therapy, and just thinking about it now, like it's my mom was my world, dog. Like they were my world. To this day, when I get shit, when I found out, you know, I was about to be shooting the All-Star game. When I found that shit out, and I wanted to call my mom. I know she gone.
Yeah.
Shit don't go away, man. Shit doesn't go away. It hurts. You know what I mean? I ain't scared of it. I ain't scared of the emotion. I ain't scared of none of it because I used to be. I used to hold the shit in. I used to act like I was too tough to cry. I used to act, that shit was killing me on the inside. I let all that shit go now. And I'm good with me. But yeah, great relationship with them, man. They're the reason I do this shit. Because they would want me to keep following my dream, following my passion, following all that shit. And I'm not going to stop doing that shit.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah. Hell of an answer. I almost got choked up myself, man. But yeah, I'm going to move away from it a little bit. With the current state of the industry, where more and more people are multifaceted, what do you consider yourself?
What do I consider myself?
Yeah.
So my man Johnny, man, I got it from him, man. I'm multimedia specialist. Like I heard him say that shit. Like I can't take credit for that. I heard him say that. I said, man, that is exactly what cats are nowadays. Today, like I think I've talked about this with a lot of my creative friends. Like right now, for us, there's no better time to be alive, man. Like right now, what's going on in the industry, what's going on outside, what's going on with the world is everybody wants to put something in front of a camera. Mm-hmm. So cats like us, man, like what? You want to put everything in front of a camera? Yeah. Shit, I'm in a playground. Hell, like everything. Like you got people walking around here now. Like you can go get a job with somebody that's making decent money that just want to hire you to be their paparazzi. Yes, sir. Like this shit like that happened. I've done this shit. You know, I've gone somewhere and done shots for somebody that's just got their son going to a basketball camp, just doing shots, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily just fun, you know, whoever's famous, like anything, like all that stuff. Man, my camera takes me all these places, and I can do this and get paid for it. Mm-hmm. Never, it's not. It's the best time to be alive for a creative, somebody that's doing the things that we're doing. Creatives are at a premium right now, and if you're creative, you got to know that you got to take advantage of this right now because that's what everybody's doing. Look around you, man. Social media is all visuals. That's all it is. Visuals and people that can put shit together, creative that's put shit together. It's not a better time to be alive for a creative, man. Straight up. Word.
You got some of the best answers, but I kind of get stuck listening to you, so I'll be wanting to answer the question. So I just be, all right. Well, in that same multimedia industry, tell me a person whose creative style reminds you most of your own.
Ooh, that's an interesting question because my style is a mashup of all the people I've been watching that I came up with that I think that any way that anybody learns, I think creativity is a funny thing, right? Like somebody will get on to something. It's why you see so many movies that are the same. It's why you hear so many songs that somebody come up with the same song. Yeah. I think when Chris Cross came out with Jump, I know I'm taking it way back. I'm telling my age. When he came out with Jump, Cypress Hill had a Jump song too. Like, and these cats, like, it's not like, I think people get in this mind frame, like if somebody's doing the same thing that they're fighting me or something like that. I think there's an energy out there and creatives just do what they do. I kind of thought, see, I rambled, I forgot where I was going with that. Remind me the question again?
It's, in the multimedia industry, to me, a person who's creative style.
So for me, so I'll go back to that. So I say all that to say, like, I think all the people that everybody that I'm around, everybody that I surround myself with, I'm watching everybody. I think my style is a major mix of all that. But I think it also comes down to when I started looking around what everybody else was doing, I started finding my own comfort zone. So like when I shoot in black and white. I got that from somebody. Like I watched another creative do that when I went out on the photo walk with somebody, and one of these creatives was like, "Yeah, I shoot in black and white, so I can blah blah blah." So I tried it, and I took a hold to it. So that's not how I shoot like that now, right? Mm-hmm. So I think and it's not a famous person. This is just some cat that I went on a photo walk with while I was trying to learn what I'm doing. So I think my style is a mix of everybody around me, and I think I'm not scared to say that. Do I have my own distinct style? Yeah, I think I do. Like when I take my pictures, I do. Anybody that's seen my work, you know what I do. Like I take my pictures, the composition is what it is. I push the dynamic range, I pop some color. I love the black and white, I pop color. It's simple, right? Like it's simple, but I feel like I'm doing it. There's other people probably doing it, but around here, nobody's really doing what I'm doing when it comes to that type of thing. And not that matters. If they was, I'm okay with that, dog. Like I'm good with me, and I think if we get out of this mentality of thinking that somebody's doing what you're doing and you're worried about it and you're worried about them, that's where you start getting messed up, man. I'm good with me. Like I'm gonna keep doing what I do, and there's a lane for all of us. Even if somebody taking the same type of pictures as me and we next to each other, and like, yeah, I'm gonna do exactly what he do. Cool. I'm still gonna be able to make it because of my mentality. Because I'm not worried about the next person. I would actually rather us come up together. I'm the type of guy, man. I don't want to come up by myself. What fun is that? Like and the niggas I get around that are like that, or that are closed off, that don't want to give you information. Right. Hey dog, you can get a room full of 100 people, man. You can tell them exactly what to do to go get money. And the numbers will tell you, man. Only one of those people are actually going to follow through and do it. Even though everybody has the blueprint. Why do you think that the public speaking and stuff? Why do you think these master classes do so well? Because you can give somebody the blueprint, but it's the follow through. Everybody has to have that follow through. Yeah, I forgot the question again. So I'm rambling. I'll be forgetting what I'll be saying, man. I just be talking this shit, dog. Yeah. I just love to talk, dog. I don't be knowing where it's going, man.
You essentially summed it up. I remember your answer brought me back to back in like the year 2002, I believe. I want to say it's 2002. I can't remember what album. It was either like the Lost Tapes by Nas or I Am or Nostradamus. One of them. I believe it was the Lost Tapes, where
it was Lost Tapes.
He did the Barry White beat. He said, "No idea is original. There's nothing new under the sun.
Yes.
It's never what you do, but how it's done."
I think that's Nostradamus.
It's either that or Lost Tapes. One of them two, man. I swear, I have all of them though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's difficult for me to sort them out getting older because like it was so long ago. But I do remember him specifically saying that on that Barry White song track.
I know what track you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what track you're talking about.
But yeah, I was really young when I heard that. I was like in 6th grade when I first heard it because my brother had the tapes, the CDs and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he would play them. And I remember being really young when I was thinking about that concept of originality and what actually originality is or that even exists. And I really love Nas because he wasn't rapping about murder. I've never been into murder music and shit like that.
Yeah,
he always been on what they would now conceptualize as what quote unquote conscious rap is. You know what I'm saying? He's always been on that. It's been his style since forever. So he'd always have me thinking. And I was thinking like all of my life, like what is actual originality? And I've came up with, there is no idea that's original. Everything that's being done now has been done before. And it's never actually what you do, is how it's done. Because like you say, you can take a black and white picture to make it look very exclusive to one's eye. But where did you get the base foundations and what do they call them? Planks, the small part of atoms. Like, where'd you get the building blocks from? Where'd you get those things? You know? So, yeah.
Hey, dog, I ain't been in school in a long time, man. Don't give me no quiz.
I didn't learn that in school. I didn't learn anything in school, but yeah.
Well, yeah, there's that. I can't say that. I did learn a little bit in school, but yeah.
If a new up-and-coming creative decides that he wants to get into this game, this industry, what advice do you have for him?
I think anybody that does well in this industry it's really just about getting yourself out there. It's really about boots to the ground. And I know that sounds simple and it sounds cliche and it sounds like all of that. But anybody that's ever started doing this and elevating, it's really just having your face being out in the scene. Like I moved out here, little less than almost 3 years ago, and like it's just about You know, I got some of my cousins that live there their whole life, and they like, man, you know more people in the city than I do, and I live here my whole life. Yeah, well, I'm just going outside.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think I tell any creative, like, just go, whatever your medium is, whatever your creativity is, whatever you're pushing, go push it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go push it on somebody. And keep pushing it. You're gonna run into the right people. And just be a genuine person. I say that a lot. That's my new thing I'm on, is being genuine, because I tell my kids that all the time.
Right up.
Like, I'm not worried about school. Like you say, you don't learn nothing in school. These schools ain't really teaching our kids anything.
Absolutely.
They're learning a lot more at home than they're learning anything else. Anything for the most part, I send my kids to school because of the social stuff.
Absolutely.
I want you to learn social cues. I want you to learn how to socially be able to engage with somebody, be able to problem solve, be able to know what it's like to have somebody talk about you behind your back. To me, that's what I send my kids to school for. They come back bringing these grades. Yeah, now you're not bringing no grades in. That's crazy, because that just means you ain't trying.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not worried about what these people are saying about these tests. Fuck them tests. Fuck your tests, because your tests don't mean nothing to me or my kids. I tell my kids also, I'm not sending you to college. For what? Like, I'm not sending you to college to go get somebody some money and for you to come out here and be looking for a job. Like, I'm not doing none of that stuff. So, like, unless you want to be an engineer, unless you want to be a scientist, like, you doing that, you got to go to school. Like, take your ass to school. But if you want to go out here and you want to play a guitar, go play a guitar. You want to open a boutique, go work at a boutique. Get out of high school, work at a boutique, and start looking and watching what they're doing. Get into whatever field you get into and stay in it. That's what I tell creators.
I want to implore everybody listening to my voice right now on this interview to share this interview. Uh-huh. I've never felt anybody's words more than I felt that before in my life, because I'll tell you, I told any woman who wanted to be the mother of my child that we would have discrepancies raising our children, because I'm not sending them to prison school because it's an institution. One thing I learned in prison was that it reminds me a lot of school. I wasn't sending them to school or institution for the first probably 8 years up until high school, because if you want your kids to learn, you teach them at home, you homeschool them, you send them away for the high school portion, for the social development aspect, so they can be book and street smart at the same time. And I'm also not sending them to college, because by the time that they get to where they gotta be, they won't be working. They will be working jobs at a point in time, but that job should get them somewhere where they're investing that money into themselves and becoming something. And I've never heard anybody say, I'm gonna send my kids to school for the social part, not the learning, other than myself. And I thought that when I was 12. No. I want to shake your head again, but I can't do it because I already did it.
That's what it is.
That's real talk, man.
It took me a while to get here, though, man. It wasn't like I wasn't thinking that when I was 12. I can't tell you that I was thinking that when I was 12. I wasn't starting to think that until I had children. You start putting them in the school and start seeing it. Yeah. You know what I mean? You start seeing what you coming home talking about. Like, what? Mm-hmm. Nah, like, I'm not, it's man, life is a game, dog. Yeah. Like, this whole thing is a game. Everybody says life's like we're living the Matrix. I think people say that, and I think it's a punchline, but I don't think people realize what they're really saying. Like, if you understand the concept of the Matrix, which oddly enough is a movie I really don't like, never really liked it. The concept is great. Anyways, that's neither here nor there.
Concept, conceptually.
But we are like, once you figure out the cheat code, once you figure that out, like going back to what you were asking about the creators, once you figure out I can live off what I love to do as a creator. Once you figure out that cheat code, you can't go back. It's hard to go backwards, and then you start seeing shit for what it is. Like all these institutions and stuff, like you said, we're raising lemmings, man. We're raising people to just go to a cubicle, work for somebody from 9 to 5. Like, what are we teaching them? We teaching them, like you said, to be on the schedule. I didn't even think about it being like jail. I've never been to jail overnight. I've never been to prison. I've never been for any kind of time or whatever. So it's like, I don't understand that, but that makes a lot of sense. I worked in the jail. Yeah. So I get it. In the school, in the jail, it's like that's a jail within a jail. So now we're pushing these views up on these kids who are already incarcerated, and so now what we're pushing on them is more of beating them down who they are as human beings, because most of them are black kids. Is why I speak to that. But yeah, man, like this creativity has been suppressed and it's coming back with a vengeance right now. I feel like it's really coming back with a vengeance, and I just, again, creative, just stay doing it. Just stay doing it, man. Like, I changed my career, dog. I'm 41 years old. Like, I started my business when I was 37. I had already been in the industry for 20 years. You know what I mean? So, and I said, fuck it. I'm following a passion. I'm I'm not chasing the bag no more.
Mm-hmm.
Had a family, dog. Had a wife and 2 kids. Luckily enough, you know, my wife was like, okay, yeah, I'll take over. She had a master's degree. She could have made more money than me the whole time, but she stayed home with the kids. So it's like, could it have been bad? Yeah. Like if she would have said no, I would have had to keep working, and maybe I wouldn't have got where I'm at right now. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? It's like it's the whole thing of you know, I say things like, yeah, do I want my parents back? Yeah, but that might have changed my trajectory, man. It might have changed my line. So yeah, I would love to have my parents back. But what does that mean? Does that mean maybe they're living here today? Maybe one of my kids dies. Like people always talking about what I wish would have happened, but that changes everything else. Mm-hmm. That butterfly effect shit is real. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's wild.
I'm dead serious. Like I've had a lot of time to think. I'm only trying to think about this shit a lot. Yeah. Do I want to change something? Yeah, but that changes how you got to where you at. That means I don't come to Cleveland. That means I don't meet y'all. That means we don't vibe like this. That means I'm not doing none of this shit. That means I don't check something off my bucket list and go to the NBA All-Star game and get to shoot the whole motherfucking thing. But I got my dad alive. Like people, you got to think about that kind of shit. Oh, I wish I wouldn't have gotten that car accident. Yeah, but that car accident got you to where now you're doing what you love to do, right? So like, I'm not a religious dude. I'm not on it like that. I'm an energy guy, and I don't like the whole things happen for a reason thing for a lot of reasons, because I've dealt with a lot of death, starting with my father, and people tell you, oh, it happens for a reason. Fuck you. Like, but I think things do happen. And it's about how you adjust. Like, think about sports. I'm a sports dude. Like, the better adjusters are the guys that win. It wasn't that Phil Jackson was that much better of a coach than anybody else. That his players were that much better. No, he adjusted better. I see what you do. I'm playing chess. Everybody talking about it's chess, not checkers. Niggas don't even know how to play chess. Niggas out here playing checkers talking about I'm playing chess. Nigga, it really is. And it's not deep. Everybody out here is fake deep. Shit ain't deep. Mm-hmm. Go outside with your pen and pad. I seen a cat on Coventry the other day out there just painting. That's not deep. Go do the shit.
Yeah.
Make the time and do the shit. You talking about I don't got time to do that shit? Yeah, but your ass is up on social media for 3 hours. You look at your damn iPhone at the end of the thing. It's like, oh yeah, your screen time per week, per day is 6 hours or some shit. That's what my shit is right now, and this shit hurts my soul. Mm-hmm. But that's what my shit is right now, because I'm constantly out, and I'm making an excuse for it. Yeah, because I'm doing this. Fuck that. Get off that thing, dude. I tell myself all the time, get off of it, because that 2 hours I could have been doing something else. Mm-hmm. We all can eat out here, man. Everybody can eat. You just gotta go get it. That's it. And it's about the level that you push, the amount that you push is where you're gonna get. I'm comfortable being where I'm at right now. Can I push harder? Yeah, probably. Right now, I'm content because I'm doing my pushing, but I'm also staying at a level where it's not moving too fast for me. It's a big transition I just went through, dog. I moved across the country knowing I was going through a divorce. My grandmother had just died. My grandfather just died. Coming back to a city that I haven't lived in since I was a little kid, fighting some demons that I hadn't fought in years. Dog, I got out here and lost my shit, dog. Was drinking too much. I ran my car into somebody's house out here, dog. I had to get myself back together. I went to rehab. I had to build myself back up. So like, and again, I'm 41. This all. I don't care what. It don't matter. People out here talking about your age. No, it don't matter, dog. Tony Horton. I don't know if you know about P90X. That dude, he didn't start P90X until his 40s.
I do.
Samuel L. Jackson was 39 when he started acting. Dude's one of the biggest stars in the world.
He was even older than that. You didn't know that? He was even older than that when he got his first star role. Yeah, and he was like, I think 40. I think he was my age when he got the Spike Lee joint, when he got he played the crackhead in Jungle Fever. Oh, I thought that was tripping. Yeah, but he was an addict. He was 39. It's a story I saw him talk. He was on daytime television. But yeah, he was laid out on the floor. His wife basically told him, like, you get your shit together or you through. 39 years old, he got his shit together, went to rehab, went to acting school. That's the rest is history. Legend now. Yeah, matter of fact, there's a cat I shot out here in Cleveland. Like, forget that level. There's a cat I shot out here in Cleveland. His name is Carl. I call him Dr. Carl. He was a mechanic. He had a mechanic shop. This dude stopped being a mechanic and became a physician. He started at 38 years old, became a physician, and now he's an ER physician out here in the city of Cleveland. Mm-hmm. Like, cats is out here worrying about numbers, man. What are you worried about numbers for? There's another thing I ask people a lot. You know, people want to be somebody else. Like, that's why I never want to be nobody else for myself. Would you rather be yourself, or would you rather be Mac Miller? Mac Miller died at what? 28, 29, 31? Yeah, great, all kind of fame. You know what I'm saying? Would you rather be yourself, keep going and keep pushing on a small level? Would you rather be a cat? Yeah, I blew up, but now I'm dead early. Like, again, the same thing with the butterfly effect. The same thing about you wanting something back and then going somewhere else, dog. Like, I don't want to be nobody with me, dog. And I love me.
And I want to put this energy on somebody else to let them know, hey man, be cool being you. Because growing up for me, man, the era I grew up in, dog, the way I talk, because I'm educated and I enjoy intellect. All of a sudden I talk white. Like that shit, dealing with that shit, that's a trigger for me. You know what I mean? So I'm not black enough to be with the black crew, but I'm not white enough to hang out with the white kids. And I'm not black enough because why? Because I'm smart. Like it's garbage. Like, and now I'm glad we get to a level where now we're starting to see, man. I wasn't able to see that there was different black until I got to college. You know what I mean? Like there's the nerdy black crew. There's the jock black. I mean, everything that you gonna get. I'm glad my kids is out here now. Out there with the white kids, they don't get to see that. All the black kids, like they're the black kids. Out here, no, there's the nerdy black. There's the goth black kids. There's because we all are all of that. Society got us thinking that we one thing, dog. Yeah, they doing some banging. Yeah, but yeah. I went on a tangent again. Like I told you, I'll be doing that.
Right. Yep.
I get to talking crazy.
I'm gonna keep going for the sake of it.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me one of your greatest flaws.
You know what, man? One of my biggest flaws, I think, is I trust too fast. My heart's too big at times. And in an industry like this, man, I've gotten fucked a lot because my heart's big. I think that's a flaw that I'm working on. And when I say working on, I'm not gonna stop being who I am. But I think it's just I'm a little bit too trusting at times. Mm-hmm. And you know, my other flaw is that I'm just so dope.
There we go.
No,
niggas.
That was a joke because we was talking about
earlier. Yeah.
Do not play that. I was supposed to joke because anybody gonna know the context. This nigga's arrogant.
They'll get it. Finally, bro. What's next for RawGlass the photographer in his pursuit of happiness?
Man, the next thing is the next day for me. My happiness, I'm living my happiness. Like I'm literally content, and I don't need nothing else. Everything else that I want is coming. I see it already. The next step is tomorrow. So what am I gonna get up and do tomorrow, man? Because I'm living, like I said, I ain't set an alarm clock in a year and a half, dog. Mm-hmm. I never thought I'd get to this kind of life. And again, it's not about the money, man. It's never been about finances for me. I'm not a materialistic cat, man. I got what I got. I'm a relationship cat. I like people. You know what I mean? And the only way you get, I feel like, as far as I've gotten, however that sounds, is because my relationship with people. I am who I am with everybody, and I think I put that off, and I've always been able to have great relationships with people, and it's gotten me where it's gotten me where I'm going. Because everybody, when you get to a certain level, man, everybody's good. Mm-hmm. Everybody's good. After that, it becomes who you are. So for me, man, it's just about keeping the relationships going. That's all it is, man. Continue to be who I am and continue to just build.
RawGlass Photography, fine name, even finer gentleman.
Man, I appreciate that too, dog.
Thank you for taking the time out to do it, man.
Yes,
I really appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Fine
This is
interview.
fun.
Later, brother.
This is fun. Yeah.